What's going on, movers? It's day 4. Let's get everybody on here. We're gonna tag some friends. As always, we're gonna spend this first, we'll call it 1, maybe 2 minutes or so, just letting everybody get on the call. If you're watching the hashtag replay, you can skip forward just a little bit here. If you're on live, let me know. Hashtag live. I want to know who's on here. We're doing a later call today so that from a time perspective, some of you, especially those of you out on the West Coast, can get a little bit more access to the challenge. I know those of you who are over in Europe, this is probably not the best time. I do apologize. We'll get you some earlier times here moving forward, but at least want to give everybody an opportunity to hop on here. So like I said, first couple of minutes here, just letting everybody get on live. Looks like we do have one person live right now. I can't see who it is though, but if you wouldn't mind, if you're the one who's live, that's you. Yep, you. I'm talking to you. Hashtag live down in the comments. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you can hear me. We're going to be using wireless headphones today, so the audio might be a little bit crackly. I do apologize for that, but we're here nonetheless, and we're going to get our work done. As always, we're going to keep these calls to just 5 to 10 minutes at a piece. We don't want them to go longer than that, because if our mobility takes more than, say, 10 minutes each day, it's not going to be something we're going to want to show up and do every day. We got to make this as easy for ourselves as possible. It's all about a long-term habit. Okay, it's one thing if we can just do it every now and again, but the true magic happens in consistency, because consistency compounds. And the more we show up and do it, the better success we're going to have. All right, I think I got everybody tagged there. Let me just refresh the group here. Again, if you're watching live, down in the comments, hashtag live, let me know you're here. And there's a few people I missed. Group is growing, people. This is great. We're about to break 70 members. Feel free, send your friends requests, invite them into the group. Anybody's welcome to join. The more, the better. All right, I think that's everybody. Let's make sure we're live on there. Cool, I got a hashtag live. Sounds like you can hear me then. That is fantastic. Now, for those of you who are either new to the group or you've been falling behind, don't forget that inside the group, there's a little tab that says Guides. Okay, and under Guides, we have each daily training posted in order, and you can go back and watch them, do the hashtag replay, and then click done so you know that you're all caught up. As a reminder for those of you that haven't been on since the beginning, the first 10 days here, we're learning each of the components of the power warm-up routine, and then the final 20 days, we're going to build the habit of showing up and doing it each day. So let's go ahead and talk about the first couple of days here that we've been talking about. The first one, we're balancing on one leg. We're getting that knee nice and high. We're going to squeeze our forearm nice and tight. 5 hand and foot circles, coordinating the toes and the fingers together. 5 one way, and then we're going to go 5 the other direction. I'm squeezing my forearm nice and tight, opening my hands, spreading my fingers, getting a good stretch through the forearm. At the same time, my knee is nice and high, working on my balance, which is really good for us, especially if we do this in the morning. Although you can do this at any time. We'll talk more about that next week. Number 2, we're going to do our little shoulder circles, pressing down on the meaty part of our traps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we change directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, yesterday we talked about a new one. It's our shoulder power stretch. Arm across the chest, hand off the elbow, push it away. We're going to add rotation, hand open, fingers pulled back, slowly up, back down. We're pushing that arm the whole time. If you don't know what I'm doing, go back and watch the days that you've missed. I go into depth and explain each of these movements, and at the end here, we're going to put them all together into a mobility routine that you're going to be doing every day. It really does make a big difference. Consistency compounds. The more we show up, the better it's going to be. All right, now on to day 4, and we're still working our shoulders, but we're doing something a little different with our shoulders, and we're talking about shoulder rotation. Okay, a lot of us struggle with shoulder rotation, especially in the golf world. A lot of us have problems with the elbow flying up, the club coming out of plane, coming over the top, shoulders coming in flat. And a lot of that has to do with our shoulder mobility. Okay, so a simple test that you can do to check your shoulder rotation before and after is to stand tall, line your elbow up with your shoulder, and see how far back you can move your hand without moving your elbow and without arching your back. Okay, if you arch your back, it doesn't count. The goal here is we're going to look at the seam on your shirt. Where is your forearm in relation to that seam? Is it less than the seam? Is it at the seam? Or is it more than the seam? We want it to be more, but if you can't get there yet, don't worry. That's what this is all about. And so every day that we show up and do this, you're going to get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better, and that consistency compounds. All right. Again, we're going to move into it. If anybody is on live, I see more people are showing up. Hashtag live down in the comments below. If you're watching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay so that I can keep track. And most importantly, if you have any questions, people, put those down in the comments. I'd love to get your feedback. I want to know how to tailor this content and what we're talking about for you specifically, since you're taking the time to be in this group. All right, day 4. Here we go. It's called divers presses. And it kind of reminds us of diving into a pool. So what we're going to do is both arms are going to come out in front of us. We're going to put our right arm on top. Now we put our right arm on top because later we're going to put our left arm on top, and they need to be balanced out. So right arm on top, and we're going to turn our hands so that our palms are together. Okay. Now the ultimate goal is for your arms to be straight. For a lot of you, you might not be able to do that and you need to bend them. Just work within whatever you can do. Awesome. Looks like Cassidy just popped on. Cassidy, appreciate you coming in. Let's get after it. So both arms out, right arm on top, palms together, and we're going to bring our arms over our head as best you can for wherever your range of motion is, okay? If you get to here, and that's all your shoulders can do, then that's all you're going to do. If you can get to here, then that's all you can do. But what I don't want to see is you arching your back, trying to get your arms over your head. That doesn't do anything for us, because we need to focus on the shoulder. If your back arches, that's just working your back. That's not actually working your shoulders. Okay, so super important, always work within your current range of motion. It improves over time. So both arms out, right arm over top, raise them wherever you can get to without losing that posture. Super important, don't force it. Okay, I'm gonna go up because that's just how mobile I am. My arms go up that far. I'm gonna try to raise this a little because I want you to see my hands. Okay, so both arms are up top. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze our butt, engage our core, and press our hands up. Now, while your hands are pressed up, they're pressing together, okay? It's a little bit of a glare. I'll just get down here then. So we're pressing our hands together, okay? As we're reaching and pressing our hands together, we're breathing. And at the same time, we're going to slowly rotate our hands so that the blades of our hands are together, then the backs of our hands are together, then the blades of our hands are together, and then the palms of our hands are together. Nice and slow, reaching, pressing, breathing, turning them back, turning them together, and then a big sweep back and down opens up the neck and the front of the chest. Okay, and now to stay balanced, we need to do the other side. So this time, left arm on top, palms together. Again, up top, reach, press, breathe. Press those hands together as hard as you can without it hurting. Okay, if it feels sketchy, it probably is sketchy, but as long as it feels okay and you breathe, you should feel some relief. We're going to turn the blades of our hands together, backs of the hands together, blades of the hands together, palms of the hands together. Again, the whole time, reaching your hands toward the sky, pressing them together, turning those hands back, and then we sweep. So let me turn this way. We sweep back and down. Okay, and that's going to open up the neck. And there you have it. That's our day 4. Divers presses. Okay. Comments, questions down in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. How did this feel? We got Cassidy, hashtag live. Awesome, Cassidy. Appreciate that. Again, everybody, the most important thing is that I get your feedback so that we know how to tailor this content to you. Okay, I'm here doing this because you showing up. That's it. You're here watching it, so I'm going to do my best to give you as much value as possible. So make sure you drop those comments and questions down below. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay, and make sure you're inviting your friends into the group as well. It's not too late. If you're not caught up yet, click the guides tab in the group, and you'll have all the trainings listed there in order. You can check them off and make sure that you're staying up to date. This one's going to be up there in just a minute after Facebook posts it for us. All right, Everybody, appreciate you being here. I'll see you all tomorrow. As always, move better, play better.